Getting rejected from every job that you apply to has become the new normal for a lot of people. You spend an hour finding a job that looks like a good fit, you read through the requirements, you apply, get a little excited, and then within a few days you check your email and there it is again. We regret to inform you, and then it happens again and again and again. Eventually, you get to the point where you already know what these emails are going to say without even opening it. Some people out there have been job searching for 6 months or a year or even longer. Some have even submitted hundreds of applications and only received a handful of interviews. So yes, the job market is difficult, and yes, competition is high, and most definitely there are absolutely qualified people getting rejected from jobs that they could do extremely well. But just because a brutal job search has become common, I do not think that you need to accept it as inevitable. If you have been applying for almost 6 months or longer and nobody is interviewing you, then something needs to change. I'm not talking about your experience or your career. Your strategy needs to change, because continuing to use the same resume, apply to jobs the same way, target the same kind of positions, all while hoping that something is going to happen differently while keeping everything the same, is not a good strategy. At some point, you have to start using those rejections as information. Maybe your resume is not communicating the level that you actually operate at. Maybe you are applying too broadly. Maybe the jobs that you're targeting do not line up as closely with your experience as you think they do. Maybe your resume is full of responsibilities when employers need to see results. Or maybe your best experiences and achievements are buried under useless information on your resume. And that does not mean that if you would have done things differently from the start, that every rejection would have been prevented, because that's not true either. It just means that your job search is something that you need to evaluate and change consistently as you go through it. Because the goal is not to become really, really good at submitting applications. The goal is to get hired. And if interviews are not coming your way, then you shouldn't be spending the next 6 months doing what you've already been doing, because clearly it's not working. Sometimes a few strategic changes can change the way employers are looking at your experience. So before you go and send out another 100 applications, take a look at what you're giving employers and make sure that it's giving them a reason to stop and pay attention. And if you're pretty sure that your resume is part of the problem, but you're not really sure how to fix it, that's exactly what My Resume services are for.